Hey guys, welcome back to the Laker family, where I'm going to be discussing what happened just now between the Lakers and the Dallas Mavericks. Um, of course, we took an L. Am I surprised about it? No. Would I have liked to go out and show dominance and still win this game against a formidable team? Yes. But I can't say that I didn't see this coming, due to the fact that I've been harping on a lot of the mistakes and concerns that I have been seeing from our Laker team prior to this game against lesser opponents. And I stated that will come back to bite us if we don't get this corrected. I said that we had a very easy schedule thus far. A very, I wouldn't say cupcake, or it's been some a mixture of some good teams in there, but overall it's been a mediocre schedule that we've been have been given thus far, and we haven't really displayed full dominance in a lot of those games. Granted, we still found ways to come together at the end and pull out close victories like a championship team is supposed to do. But a true championship team knocks bottom feeder teams out like with a 1-2 punch early in the game. First quarter, second quarter, maybe even in the third. By fourth quarter, it should be a wrap. Stars should be sitting down. It shouldn't even be any type of threat come fourth quarter. And we weren't doing that. And that's why I told y'all I never get too high, even during a win streak like that, what we had. And I try not to get too low, even during the times when it gets a little ugly, especially if I know the type of players we have. We have a collection of players that's either been on championship contending teams, and we have players like Kyle Kuzma, who we've seen put up 60-point games, 40-point games, 50-point games, hot stretches, where he has that Mamba mentality going. We've seen that from Kyle Kuzma, but to give a fair assessment of Kuzma, you don't want to say give up on him. No, but can you have concerns for Kyle Kuzma? Yes, and I'll tell you why. Kyle Kuzma has had cold stretches in the past, and he's also had a lot of low IQ moments, and these were on losing teams that we had, and where there was little to no pressure. There was a little bit of pressure last year when LeBron got there, but then the pressure got alleviated with all the injuries and the poor coaching. Come January, it was pretty much over with. And so there was never really a lot of moments where Kyle Kuzma was in playing a lot of meaningful games, where his shot meant that much more. Every shot meant that much more. We don't know how he can deal under these different circumstances. So we've seen him look like an elite scorer in bad situations, but we don't know. We don't know what to expect from him during put into a situation like this on a championship team where he has to find a way to fit in around two superstars, two players that are clearly better than him. He has to find a way to figure out his role. Am I Robert Horry? Am I Rick Fox? Or am I closer to a Chris Bosh or a Kevin Love? That's what we kind of want from Kyle Kuzma. We want him to be more of a Kevin Love type player for this team, as far as impact. No, you're not going to get a bulk share of touches anymore because obviously LeBron and AD is going to run through those two guys first. but you still want to have some type of Kevin Love impact on the game, where you're not just a body out there. It's like almost like we don't need you because you're not doing anything. So those are some concerns that you can have for him. But why I say don't give up on him is because he's way too talented. He's way too talented, and we've seen what type of capable scorer he is. We just have to be patient and give him time to figure out what it is. His place on this team, when to pick, because he can't just be a gunner anymore. He may be that type of player where he needs 20 touches a game to really have an impact. But if that's the case, that might spell doom for this team if that's the case, because he's not going to get those 20 touches like that every game with this current roster. He was able to get that with Lonzo and Ingram and those guys when the team were losing and stuff like that, or with injuries. But he has to figure that out, and that's why I say it's okay to be concerned, but it's not okay to give up on him. So we just have to just wait it out and see. Maybe we can have a full picture of what his ceiling is on this squad come January. So let's give him a little more time with that. Man, I just feel like, even though there was bad refereeing on this game, we let the refs get into our heads, and it took us out of our game. We've yet to figure out zone defenses. I watched this guy, Pete from Laker Film Room, on his YouTube channel. He has some great content over there. He was showing the Lakers versus zone defenses, where they struggled versus when they dissected zone defenses. He showed where they were successful against it when they would throw the ball to Anthony Davis at the high post and let him make a decision whether he can take a mid-range shot or decide to pass, to an open shooter, or do a quick power move to the goal. But for whatever reason, we just let these teams zone us, and we just struggle. We don't know what to do. So that might be the only snippet that I would put on the coaching, that we haven't came up with a plan yet to defeat these zones. And a lot of teams are able to play these zones on us because our shooters are not consistent. That being Danny Green, Caldwell Pope, Kyle Kuzma, Quinn Cook, Troy Daniels, whoever. They're just not consistent. They might have one good game here, then have two terrible games here, come back, maybe shoot decent here. We need to see extended stretches of consistency from three-point range from this team. We have trouble knocking down threes, and we also have trouble defending the three-point line. The Mavericks made like 17 three-pointers this game. That's a ridiculous number. That's a ridiculous number. We got to do better than that. They killed us on the offensive rebounds, and that had been something that we've been. I have seen. I may have not called it out or mentioned it the past couple of games, but I've been noticing that we've been giving up far too many offensive rebounds to teams, and that kills us with giving them second chance points. Sometimes those turns into 3-point buckets. So those are killers when you can't you can't finish off a good defensive play with a rebound. We only had 3 blocks. I think Anthony Davis had 2 of those. The defense was just exposed a bit this game. And their stars didn't even really just go off like that. Luka Doncic had, 27 points? But it was hard. It was a hard 27 points. He had to shoot 10 for 23 from the field and 4 for 10 from three-point range. Porzingis, he didn't do anything. 15 points, 5 of 11, 3 for 8 for the three-point range. So it was the other guys. It looked like their chemistry from top to bottom is what carried them to this victory. over our team where the chemistry was lacking, and guys just don't know where to fit in yet, other than Anthony Davis and LeBron. Now, Anthony Davis and LeBron, they suffered from shooting too many deep mid-ranges and three-point shots in the second half. The first half, they were eating. It was just coming like this. Like they couldn't be stopped. And for whatever reason, I know the refs, when the refs get involved and they don't give you certain foul calls down low, you tend to kind of say, all right, screw it. I might as well just test my jump shot out because there's no point of going down low if I'm going to get hammered with no foul call. But you can't be like that. You got to continue to attack. Put the onus on the referees and let the league deal with that afterwards. If you just let the refs dictate how you're going to play, you're already lost. Just started settling for way too many threes. The team as a whole settled for way too many threes, in my opinion. Yeah, it's some of the same stuff that I have been harping on is what carried out and continued throughout this game here, and it's no wonder we lost to a tougher team than which we had been facing. We jumped out early. The Mavs kind of brought it back in that first quarter. The second quarter was kind of a wash. The third quarter is when it just kind of just fell apart. The wheels fell off. They owned that third quarter 35-17. That was basically a ball game. It's nothing to get down about because it's one loss after we just won 10 straight. But at the same time, it's still the same stuff that we making the same mistakes that I have been talking about. So that's the part that's concerning. I'm not so mad about the loss. I'm just mad about the same mistakes that we're continuing to make. I'm not going to put all the blame on the coaching staff just yet because like with Luke Walton, I gave him a year, and plus he was a rookie coach at the time. I gave him a year to kind of get his stuff together, and it just chance after chance until we were just like, all right, we're done washing our hands with Luke. So I'm not going to start bashing coaching staff, especially with a 17-3 record. But eventually, if these players keep doing the same mistakes, it will end up falling on coaching. So we just have to find a way to mask these mistakes. Just stop doing these bonehead turnovers, especially against good teams. Yeah, I'm a little upset about the loss, but it's one loss. Hopefully we can shake back from this. It's nothing for y'all to get to like a knee-jerk reaction about. Leave that to the media to do. For the Skip Baylesses of the world, they're going to have a field day with this tomorrow, especially him. But oh well. We know what it is. We know we still have a dominant team, especially if the guys just eliminate the mistakes. The big men were virtually a no-show again. Dwight Howard, other than that highlight alley-oop dunk he caught over Boban's head, we just got nothing from those guys. And it's not going to get any easier. The schedule's not going to get any easier. It's going to get much tougher. This December schedule. The Nuggets is who we face next, and it's at their house. So hopefully this was a wake-up call. We got hit right across the top of our noggin, and hopefully we can bounce back from this and learn from our mistakes and show what type of championship pedigree team we have. So with that being said, I think I've covered everything, and if I missed anything or y'all would like to comment down below. If y'all would like to become a part of the Laker family, like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye.
Yeah. Hey, I got muscle.